You are watching a Cadillac. A Cadillac. Pulling moves on a road course that most sports cars in this game can't keep up with. No engine swap, no exotic drivetrain from the factory. Just an ATS-V that we pushed so far past its limits that even I wasn't sure it was going to work. And honestly, what we ended up with surprised me. Let me take you back to where this whole thing started. So a while back, someone in the comments asked me to build the Cadillac ATS-V or any Cadillac, and my first reaction was, really? A Cadillac in a racing build? But then I thought about it. The ATS-V in real life is generally one of the most underrated performance cars to come out of America in the last decade. Twin turbocharged V6, rear-wheel drive from the factory, and chassis that Cadillac actually developed with racing in mind. This wasn't a luxury car that got a performance badge slapped on it. This was built to compete, and it showed on the track. So when a viewer asks for that car, you don't say no. You say, let's see what this thing is really capable of. But here's where I put a rule on myself before touching anything. No engine swap. Whatever power we get from the engine that came in this car. I wanted to honor what Cadillac actually built, push it to its absolute ceiling and find out if it could hold its own on a road course in Forza Horizon 6. That was the challenge. What I didn't expect was the number we were getting to hit at the end of it. Alright, let's get into the build, and we are starting where it matters most for a road racing car, the looks. I went with the stealth blue for the body color. If you are familiar with Cadillac's real-world lineup, you already know this color. It's one of those shades that looks almost black in certain lighting and then hits you with that deep blue in the sun. It just feels right on the ATS-V, aggressive without being loud about it. Exactly what this car is. Now for the body kit, and I want to be upfront about something here. I installed the front splitter on this car, even though honestly it's not the prettiest look. But here's the thing, on a road racing build, a front splitter is not there to look good. It's there to do a job. When you are entering a tight corner at high speed, that splitter is generating a downforce right at the nose of the car, keeping the front planted so you can actually rotate properly. And on corner exits, when you are getting back on the throttle, it stops the front from lifting and going light on you. So yeah, it's staying on. Function over form on this one. Rear wing is going on as well. Again, this is the road racing build. We need that rear stability at high speeds. For the rims, I went with ADV1 Track Spec CS up front and HREP 104 on the rear sides. Different front and back, and if you have been watching the channel, you already know why. The combination just looks right, and on a road racing car, having that visual difference between front and rear actually helps sell the purpose-built look. The rest of the build is full race spec across the board. Suspensions, brakes, everything. Race weight reduction with the full roll cage. Now I know some people skip the roll cage because of the weight or the look, but for a road racing build, the chassis reinforcement is not optional. You are asking this car to handle lateral forces through corners lap after lap. Now here's where it gets interesting. I maxed out the engine, every single upgrade available without touching the engine swap option. And I want you to remember, I made a rule at the start of this. Whatever number we get, that's what we work with. The ATS-V came back at 914 horsepower. 914 from a twin turbo V6 with no engine swap in a road racing build. I genuinely wasn't expecting that number, and right at that moment I felt it. That tickle in the back of your head when you realize 900 horsepower staying real wheel drive on a road course might be the fastest way to end up backwards in a barrier. So I made the call. Drivetrain swap to all-wheel drive. I know some purists are going to say something in the comments, and I hear you, but this is a road racing build. We need the power going somewhere useful. All-wheel drive takes that 900 horsepower and actually puts it on the ground through every corner exit instead of just lighting the rears up and hoping for the best. One more thing, I did not touch the tune after the swap. I never do until I've actually driven the car first. You need to feel what it's telling you before you start adjusting anything. Let the car talk before you start making decisions. And with all of that done, 900 horsepower and stealth blue all-wheel drive road racing spec from bumper to bumper, it was time to find out if a Cadillac could actually back up everything we just put into it. If you made it this far, as always, thank you. This one was a community request and honestly it turned into one of my favorite builds so far. Sometimes the cars you least expect end up surprising you the most. If you have got a car you want to see built next, drop it in the comments. The last one came from there and look how that turned out. Thanks again for watching and I'll catch you guys in the next one.